Hey guys, I want to encourage you to look at Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1, 2, and 3. And it says, therefore, this is Paul the Apostle speaking to the Ephesian church, the prisoner of the Lord, implore you that you walk in a manner worthy of the calling with which you have been called, with all humility and gentleness and patience. We're going to talk about patience, showing tolerance for one another in love, being diligent to preserve the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. One of the key ingredients in the life of faith is patience. It says in Hebrews 10 that it's through faith and patience that you and I actually inherit the promises of God. Faith is this bold confidence that God's promises are true, and patience is that ability to wait. In fact, one definition is good-natured tolerance of delay. And so we have a good-natured pacing in our personalities as new creatures. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience. You know, a lot of people say, I'm just not a person of patience. I remember in a socially distancing moment in a coffee shop, they took all the tables and chairs out, and everybody was masked up, and, you know, there's this real emphasis on not being too close to each other. And my wife wanted a cup of coffee, so I went in. I unfortunately volunteered to do that. Anyway, I went in, and there was a lady in front of me, and then there was a lady at the cash register that just was having a hard time with her credit card and her order, and it just went on and on and on and on, you know. And there were like 8 workers back there, and there were only like 4 of us in the building, and the lady in front of me, and it was funny because even though we were wearing those masks, you know, she turned around and gave me that look in her eyes. It said everything. I didn't need to see the rest of her face. My face recognition software looked in the eyes of somebody who was being tested with their patience. In fact, she even said, you know, she did one of those. And I said, we're developing patience. And she said something like, maybe you better than me, or something like that. And I thought, patience is so important. It said in the King James, in one gospel, it says, let patience, in patience possess ye your soul. So 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4, it says, love is patient. Right out of the chute. Love is tolerant. Love expresses itself in a long distance walk of calm. I'm going to be patient. You have to be patient, you guys that are raising young children, because they don't have any life experience. So you'll give them a pass. Then when they become toddlers and you think, well, this should have caught on by now, you still have to be patient. And then when they become young kids and then preteens, you still have to be patient. And then be patient with them when they're in middle school, because you remember how hard a time it was. It was junior high for me. I wasn't a child anymore. I wasn't an adult yet. It was awkward. Be patient. Married people, be patient with each other. You know, I'm in several decades now in marriage, and my wife has to be patient with me, and I with her. And in fact, the Bible says we're to be patient with everybody. In fact, 1 Thessalonians 5, it says in verse 14, we urge you, brethren, admonish the unruly, encourage the faint-hearted, help the weak, be patient with everyone. Be patient with everyone. See to it that no one repays another with evil for evil, but always seek after that which is good for one another and for all people. Let me read that again. See to it that no one repays another with evil for evil, but always seek after that which is good for one another and for all people. We need to seek after that which is good. And it's in this context of patience. Be patient with everyone. You got to be patient at the airport. You know, I went on a flight recently, and they were late. The equipment came in late. They were late getting us on board. They were late taking off. We got ready to take off, and then there was a flashing light, and they had to go back. And then it was hot because the air conditioner wasn't working. And the captain gave option. You can leave the plane, but you have to take all your bags. I was traveling with my wife and my son, so I said, if I stay here and watch their stuff, can I stay in here and they can go get out of the plane and go get cooled off? He said, yeah, you could do that. So then I sat there with their stuff, and then he said, everybody needs to get off now. So then I had to gather up all this extra stuff. And it's pointless to get impatient and get huffy. I mean, the captain was feeling bad, you know. It wasn't the captain's fault. He was the representation for the company. But am I going to turn him into a scapegoat and give him a piece of my mind? And I'm happy to say that I didn't really hear anybody getting huffy. Because what's the point? What's the point? Where does our grumbling and our complaining and our murmuring really ever improve anything? I mean, it may make us feel like we get to blow off some steam, so to speak. But in us blowing off steam, it's going to scorch whoever's there. Our kids, our mate, our coworkers, our strangers around us. And then we walk away and it's like, man, if you have any kind of conscience, any kind of sense of empathy, like 0.7 seconds, like not even a second, you're already feeling grief that you just blew off steam. So it's important and imperative that we really target on this kind of tolerance. And this is what I want to bring to you. The Greek word is, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll give you the definition from the Greek dictionary. Tolerance is to hold oneself up against, to put up with. To hold up oneself against means I'm going to have restraint. I'm not going to exhibit a bunch of or exert a bunch of frustration or hostility. To put up with, to bear with, to endure, to forbear, and to suffer. Suffer. Nobody likes that. But we have to have an understanding that in life, we just love suffers long. And long suffering is that it's just, you put up with stuff and be patient. And in patience, we're going to see strength for us to play the long game and to endure and walk in a manner that's most fitting of who we are. God bless you guys. Have a great day as you try to develop your patience. Bye.